LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, folks, basically, listen, here's what I want to talk about, okay? So there have been a lot of women's MMA. I mean, there's been a lot of people on different MMA platforms. And, you know, they've been talking about how disrespectful Amanda Nunes was being to Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where was Amanda Nunes disrespectful, okay? Amanda walked in the octagon, which, you know what? Hello. Amanda is the champion. Amanda has been the champion who's not really been being treated like the champion. Who the first 21 days that she got her title, and I counted, the first 21 days and 4 hours of her getting a championship, guess what? She was completely ignored. Amanda Nunes has been selling herself since this thing started, okay? I mean, she just started getting on the sit-down talk shows. I mean, she just started. You know, and it's like, okay, Amanda Nunes is going to sell the fight because if she fights the Bullet, it's going to be on pay-per-view and they're going to be a main event. I mean, folks, it's just that simple, in the words of the great Ticket TV. That's just the way that is. And what do you think? Do you think Amanda's going to sit back and, okay, well, let me just sit there? No. Amanda want to get paid again. It's easy. It's understandable. You know, why y'all don't say that about Conor McGregor? I noticed that. I mean, now y'all want to talk about disrespect? All the stuff that this dude say? And then, you know, I even put the video up, you know, how Conor McGregor, a fan wanted Conor McGregor to actually sign a glove. And Conor McGregor took the fan glove and drove off with it. That's not disrespectful though, right? What about all the disrespect Ronda Rousey said to a lot of her opponents? What about when Ronda Rousey, you know, tried to bully a ring girl? I mean, do people just forget about this stuff? But Amanda Nunes was being disrespectful. I get it. There are one set of rules for fighters like Amanda Nunes, and then there are other set of rules for other fighters who they're loved by the media. Folks, that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. Okay, and listen, you know, you can say, you know, Amanda Nunes is probably one of the most humblest people in the UFC on the women's division. Her and Valentina, they're both very humble people. And I don't think Valentina felt disrespected. I think Valentina thought the whole thing was funny, and she started dancing. Valentina started dancing. I mean, Valentina was ready. She not much. Valentina, God bless her. I like Valentina. And she is probably one of the most, I'd probably say the most complete fighter on the women's side in the UFC. God bless her. But Valentina can't talk trash to save her life. Folks, that's just how that is. Okay? If somebody going to sell this fight, it's going to be Amanda Nunes. I mean, I like Valentina, the dancing and the twirling. Hey, I loved all that stuff. But, I mean, come on. She can only do so much of that. Amanda Nunes is going to sell this fight, and this is what Amanda Nunes did. I mean, I don't see y'all having a problem with Stephen Wonderboy when he's supposed to be interviewing Tyron Woodley about his fight that he won against Robbie Lawler. He's supposed to be interviewing him, but then he turned around and said, now, what do you think about fighting me? But y'all ain't have a problem with that. See, here go the thing, man. Amanda Nunes will never, ever be respected as the champion that she rightfully is. I think Amanda Nunes is a hell of a champion. I think she's a great champion, and I think she is representing that championship well. I think she is, and I think that she is a good champion. Okay, and people want my opinion. Who you think going to win the fight? This is a straight-up 50-50 fight. I can make a power chart all day. This fight is 50-50. Okay, it is. Both of these ladies, they have a skill set. But see, you know, to take it and say Amanda was being disrespectful, well, I mean, we got to say Conor was being disrespectful. I mean, we got to say Ronda Rousey was being disrespectful on multiple occasions to mostly all of her opponents. I mean, how y'all going to explain this? I mean, really. Let's think about all Chael Sonnen. God, for God, Chael Sonnen? All that stuff Chael Sonnen did? But, you know, and what? Chael Sonnen disrespecting Tito Ortiz. But y'all don't want to say nothing about that. Y'all don't want to say nothing about that. Y'all don't. You guys, I mean, see, it's going to always be this standard for Amanda Nunes. It's going to always be. And no matter what Amanda does, no matter who she beats, you know what? She's always going to be the black sheep of the UFC. She just is. Okay? And folks, that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Amanda can be the most humblest person. Y'all will still talk negative about her. You will still say something because, you know, you want to pick apart everything that this woman does. Like for real, man. It's getting old and it's getting stupid. Okay? I mean, you know, y'all need to knock it off. Y'all really need to knock it off. This is your champion. This is your bantamweight champion. And whether you like it or don't like it, then you sit down and you listen to it or don't look at it. But Amanda Nunes is the bantamweight champion of the world. That's who she is. So when you say Amanda Nunes' name, you better put some respect on her name. That's what y'all better do. Or you know what? Say it to everybody. See, say it to everybody. She got to sell a fight. This fight ain't going to sell itself. Okay? Valentina, I mean, I think she's a good opponent. The fight itself is going to be great. But Valentina don't really have the microphone skills, and that's just not Valentina's game plan. That ain't her. She don't do that. Amanda will do it. And I like Amanda's style. I like what Amanda did to sell a Rousey fight. I like what Amanda's doing. And what Amanda is doing is good for the UFC. Amanda is good for the UFC. And you darn right, Amanda Nunes deserves to have her face plastered everywhere. She deserves it. But I know she'll never get that opportunity to have all of that. I know that the opportunity that Amanda Nunes has created has been the opportunity that she's created for herself. I know this. And Amanda Nunes, to me, was being an opportunist, and she stepped in there, and she's taking advantage of the moment. Are you serious? What do you think, man? This is the champion of the world. And you're going to sit there, and this is your octagon. This is your championship, and you're going to let somebody you already beat sit there and have the glory? No. Amanda Nunes had to get in there. She had to. There was no choice, okay? Amanda had to get in there and do her thing. And this is good for women's MMA. This is good for it. Amanda is good for women's MMA. Valentina is good for women's MMA. And I'm going to tell you, you know, also in my opinion, if Valentina defeats Amanda Nunes, I think in my opinion, I don't even know if she's going to be received like that. And only because of the barrier. Now, I think in other countries, I think in Brazil and Peru, I think Valentina will definitely be received well because, you know, she lives in Peru. So I think it's going to be a good thing. But I think in America, I just don't. You know, Valentina ain't doing a whole lot of ads walking around naked, you know. She's just not. She's got a few modeling photographs, but they're in good taste. She ain't stripping. Amanda Nunes ain't running around here taking their clothes off, man. So they're not going to be those type of women's fighters. They want to fight. They don't want to strip. These are what you call, see, these are throwback fighters. They throwback. Both of these women, you know, see, this is who you talk about in the UFC. This. You don't talk about all these damn divas that, you know, Masvidal was right. You don't talk about these women who, you know, all they know how to do is take off their clothes. Yeah, I mean, this is who you talk about. These are your throwback fighters. These are the ones, no, they're not going to give the best interviews, but guess what? They're going to go in there and they're going to put on a show. And these fights are going to be, they're going to be legendary. Because, see, now they're writing history. Do you know when we have debates about who's got the greater legacy? We're going to be having, Shevchenko is going to be mentioned. Nunes got a hell of a resume. I mean, why can't this woman deserves it. And Coach is going to support Nunes. Coach is going to support the Bullet. See, they're about it. They're about business. They're about the business. Right now, I guarantee you that the Bullet, you know what she probably doing? Probably at home training. I guarantee you, I bet you want to know what Amanda doing? She saw what Valentina did? I bet you Amanda Nunes is right back in that gym. I guarantee you. Because, see, that's the kind of champion you have in these two. That's who you have. They don't do a lot of trash talking. They're not doing, you know what they do? They fight. They fight. They fight, and they fight with their heart. They don't give up. They fight. You want to support somebody? On the women's side, this is who we need to start getting behind. We need to get behind these two. We need to. And folks, that's just how it is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting? What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube. I'm done. Subscribe.